Workers and Resources Soviet Republic has been released in version 1. We also even have the first DLC that's bringing a lot of new biomes with new challenges. To be honest, I've been following this game for a while, it's been on early access for a while, and I've been scared to start it. But today, I'm not scared anymore. And this is gonna be my goal in this series, to make sure that anybody out there that was scared like me to start this amazing game is not scared anymore. Because there is a campaign. So we're gonna start with the campaign that's going to teach us all of the basics before we move to the more advanced things. If you don't know Workers and Soviet Republic, this is probably the most advanced city builder, city management or empire management game out there. The level of complexity can be huge, but what's really interesting is you can play it however you want. You can indeed go all the way to realistic, where everything is super hard, and you have, for example, what is called the realistic mode, where you can't just build a building with money or anything like this. You need to have all of the resources needed, and those resources need to be brought by trucks to where you want to build them. You need to have people go there with machines to start building, right? So the realistic mode is definitely the hardest out there you've ever seen. But again, you can also go a lot easier. You can play in easy, medium, hard, or even custom, of course, where you can choose. Maybe the plumbing management, the water management, is too hard for you, so you disable it. On the other hand, you say energy management, I really want this, we should do it, right? Similarly, do you want fires, global event, pollutions? You choose it all. So that's a really powerful, customization over here. But as I was saying, today we're gonna do something slightly different. We're gonna play the campaign. There's actually two campaigns now, A New Republic is Born and the Soviet Revolution. We first need to complete the first one before we can move to the second one. Before we dive in, big thanks to Hooded Horse for providing me a free key so I can showcase the game to you, but this is not a sponsored video, I'm just gonna share whatever I think, and frankly, as I said, I'm not an expert, so I'm gonna discover some of it with you, but I have definitely watched a lot of videos on it, I have tried to play it myself, so you'll see that hopefully I can give you a lot of tips again to survive. A new Soviet Republic is being born. Greetings, comrade. Let's start. So it's gonna help us, right, and it's gonna show us around. So obviously, this is the map over here. This is pretty big map. You can construct, everywhere you want over here. There's the mini map over here. You can see it all, right? There's different terrains too. There's mountains, etc. Right? Different terrains. So we're gonna have to deal with this. It's not like everything is flat for sure. Okay, now in full transparency, just to make the recording a bit easier, I'm going to change day night cycle to always day, but that's the only thing I'm changing in the settings. So you should be able to play exactly the same as I'm playing if you want to follow along. Then, we are going to start. First of all, it show us a bit some of the control. So if you press right mouse button, you can move around easily, scroll your wheel to zoom in and out. You can use the middle button also to move, navigate the camera pretty easily. You can use WSD to move around the map, X, C to rotate, and of course change all of this as needed. Right, now we have also the minimap, as I mentioned. You can make it big or you can make it small. While it's big, let me show you that you can indeed easily move around, and you can also see the red and blue lines, right? This is the two other, say, factions on the game. We have the red, which is the URSS, the Soviet world, and we have the blue, which is the Western world, let's say NATO, right? European, West Europe, and the US. So you're going to be able to actually play with both. That's the interesting element is, of course, the sort of main currency is going to be your ruble. That's what we start with a lot, but you do have also a bit of dollars. And if you export or import with, custom house that is on the blue side, like over here, you can see there is a custom house on the blue side, you will get dollars or you will pay dollars. On the other hand, if you use a red one, like this one over here, you will pay in ruble. So yeah, that's what they're saying over here, right? So good to do this, and obviously we probably want to create our first city not too far away from this point, right? And now the campaign actually starts, where at the beginning we only have one choice, it's urban planning basics, but after this we can also choose what to focus on first, like farming or more kind of some of the need, or maybe, you know, the hospital and fires, we decide. But let's start with urban planning. We have a chief architect and city planner. It's going to help us make a basic city, starting with roads, right? We're gonna want to build some roads. As I mentioned, probably not too far away from the custom house. You can see that the custom house has multiple roads and also some rails, so that's pretty good. We're going to use, you know, the basic, not actually so much basic, but the asphalt normal road. That's what they say we should use. I have actually put it already in my hotbar over here. And to put anything into your hotbar, you just drag it there, and then it's there, and then you can just press the number, let's say 2, right, to be able to do it. So yeah, we have this road over here. We're gonna continue it by pressing our left mouse button. You can see the price, right? We're not playing in this crazy realistic mode at this point, so it's just going to cost us money. It's not gonna cost us resources and people. You can see the length and the azimuth. So if you want to make it straight, right, you're gonna want to have an azimuth of 0. And if you don't care, then it's fine, you can have an azimuth whatever direction that you prefer. So I'm gonna make it straight and 800, so it's a big road, starts from here and it's straight, right? And then we're gonna want to do basically the same on, you know, this direction or that direction. I think we're gonna go in that direction where there's water, right? Or people probably want to see water. There is some elevation there, we need to be careful. So to not have to deal with elevation, what I did is I clicked on the right mouse button, and so it started to dig. Here it is. So it should be flat. It should be flat. It's not very straight, but this is flat. And then we're gonna start, you know, a couple of roads, like first one on this side. That could be our starting point. And with this, we need now some population, right? So for the population, we have our residential areas, some small, some medium and big one, right? And for each of them, you can see multiple buildings. They all look different. They all cost different types of money, amount of money. They can all have a different also amount of people living in them, right? And they will have also bonuses and maluses that are slightly different. So yeah, anyway, let's start, you know, building a first small block. So we're gonna do this like this, put another one next to it, like over here. I'm leaving a small space in the middle so we can have a pedestrian access. But then on the other hand, I'm putting the other building right on the back of it, right, like this, and like this. Good. So we have a first few basic ones. We're gonna build again another road, maybe over here. Okay, can actually close it. Perfect. And we could also build some of those pedestrian paths that I mentioned. And this is not straight at all. I should have linked it to the grid. We can delete, you know, especially in this campaign, we do have oh no, there's people living there, so we can't delete that one. It's cool to see all of the rubble of the construction on the floor. But yeah, we're gonna want, you know, to rebuild a bit flatter. So I can lock it to the grid like that, make it a bit straighter. Perfect. Okay. If I want, what I could do is move all of the people from here to there as soon as it gets built. Or move them. No, this one is full. Okay, it's fine. Let's leave it like this for now. What I do want to do is also make a bit of pedestrian. Let me show you, you know, what you can do. And we do have one that's already there. And, you know, I could obviously make another one there too. Let's talk about shopping in a second. Let's pause actually the game while I show you a bit some of those pedestrian elements. So, you know, we can do like this, and this road right now is trying to snap, but what you can also do is we can unclick this button so it won't try to snap. And then, for example, what I can do is over here more kind of use the grid, right? This is on the grid. I can go here, there, same here. So now I have a pass, pedestrian pass, and that's going between all four. I can have also one then that goes this side, right? Goes in the middle there, can continue. And here you can see obviously now we created a pedestrian crossing. Alright, can go here, there, the same here and the same on the other side. So let me do that quickly. It may not work here. I think the road may be too small. My bad. Okay, that is not great. Already is one mistake. But yeah, you can see over here that's done. And again, I'm doing it a bit quickly, quick and dirty. So you see the potential. If that were my forever city, it would probably take a bit more time to do it properly. All of this costs a bit of money, of course, but not too much, not too bad. So yeah, we can unpause now they've been built, and we can move to the next part of the game. Basic need of our citizen are food, meat and clothes. Let's build a shopping center, small or big, where citizens can find all of these. There's also small stores that sell different things, small grocery stores, right? But let's build a shopping center over here. Important for upcoming objectives, keep in mind that the shopping center requires a road connection to deliver. That makes sense, right? So obviously we're going to put it more kind of maybe over here or over there. And then, it can have this road and it's connected. Or we could put it over here. It depends where you want to expand in the future. We go back here and we have multiple different ones, right? Small shopping center. We're gonna take this one and we're gonna want, a road access as they said. And we're also going to want pedestrian access for sure. So I think over here that works well because then we can have over here a pedestrian access, right? And probably cross, yeah, perfect, like this. And we could even have one in the back too. Like over here. No, that's not a great crossing, but okay, that's fine. Okay. Alright, so this way we give probably good pedestrian access. We will check that by clicking on this button, the pedestrian button, right? Because we need to make sure that they can walk there. They can only walk around 400 meters. So now let's click over here and see what's happening. Oh, sorry. Too many things happening. So click on this one, right? And we can see how far they all are. Where is this in the way? So you can see that the further away is 200 meters. So that should be fine. They should be able, without any problem, to all walk to the shopping center without a bus or a car or anything like this. Because these guys don't have cars, all right? Now, let's be clear. The second is we may want to give them alcohol, right? What is going to make a Soviet society happy? Alcohol. So we could build a pub the same way we made a shopping center, making sure that they can access it by foot, right? Not that when they visit a pub, they may become addicted, but it does increase happiness. It increases, happiness, decreases health. So we need to decide. I think let's go. I mean, they did say we should do it, right? So we don't really have a choice. Let's do it. Build a pub. There's a few different ones as always, right? We take the one they suggest. I think we're gonna put it just right next to this one. By the way, you can press T to have sort of the mirror vision, right? A bit like in Captain of Industry, which can be very useful, for example, to make sure, that the road is where you want it to be versus the pedestrian access. So in this case, I think we will indeed put it over here, right? We just need to have pedestrian access here, and we could actually create also another one on this side if we wanted, to make sure that the people that are close here can, join. So it is. Okay, we can check it again, over there, and we can see all of our people are very close. So great, great. Now they also want to do some sports, some activities, right? That's going to increase the health of our people. I like that. So let's make sure that they all have access to it by walking, right? So, okay, let's do this. We're going to find the right one. a football field. I like it. So again, let's try to put it probably, yeah, that's a good space, right? We can put it over here. I've unlocked the lock into the grid. This way I can put it pretty close, and then we can connect also on this side, like here to there and here. Now we haven't connected this side, but maybe let's do it for the future. Probably could be useful in the future. So something like this, something like that, right? Okay, good. The only thing we may want to do is also a crossing on this side. Yeah, then everything is really connected. It's a walking city I'm building, not a city for cars. Okay, we have unemployment, that's fine. And then last demand is culture. You can have a cinema, radio station, TV station, right, and a few other things. They want the cinema. I didn't check over here, but I think, you know, they're all pretty close, so that's all good. And I think it's also all good to build another one in the future on this side, maybe on that side too. So I am pretty happy with, you know, it's not the most beautiful city in the world, of course, but we're getting there. Cinema, a bit bigger. There is one road access. Maybe we put it in the back over here. Yeah, something like this. Looking good. Okay, so road access. And maybe we, you know, this is our next road here. Let's say, oh, this is a bit ugly. Sorry. Let me just delete this quickly and rebuild it a bit better. We're gonna have one road that starts here. I think that's nice. We can have one road. Oops, sorry. 1 second. We can have one road over here. Good. And we want to connect this one here. Perfect. Okay. So that is working. Now, Soviet building. Every Soviet republic needs loyal citizens. Higher loyalty means citizens will react less negatively when there's problem. Because there's always gonna be problem, right? And they have higher productivity too. So definitely important. To do that, to have high loyalty, we should build Soviet monuments. So let's build at least 3 monuments. Let's go. We have here some trees and we have also a lot of monuments. So let's build an emblem over here. Do we have the space? Yes, we have. Perfect. Should I make it like this? I don't know if we're gonna have the space for a road, but that's a start. And same on this side. Can I put it here? Yeah. And then maybe next to the football field. That sounds like a good plan. Let's turn it like this. Okay. We do want some pedestrian access. Right. Is that building? Is it too close? Maybe. Sorry, give me a second to check also the other one. It would be a shame if they can't walk to it. There it is. One. And then here maybe we do like this. I should have made the road straight first, I think. Okay. Correct that. Why is this not working now? Yeah. Okay. Too close. I should have left a bit more space. Okay. Well, then religion. Religious sympathy is something some of our citizens may want, right? We start your game on a map where all cities are present. They usually have churches because that was before the Soviet Union, right? However, there's no space in our society for God and religion, so we should suppress it, right? We can either demolish it or not. We'll see. Let's make sure that we have enough people in our republic and they are well taken care of. Invite enough workers to fulfill the current residential buildings at least 90% of their capacity. And we can check over here, right? We have not that many, so we could definitely have more, right? The quality of flats is not that great. so maybe that's why they also didn't want to join. But this one now is full. But yeah, over here. Now to get more people in, one easy way is to buy them. Basically pay them to come to your city. So you can do this. They say 90%. So we're there, huh? Yeah, done. Okay. Make sure that your workers are taken care of. Purchase goods for stores so that each resource is filled to at least 50% of the capacity, right? Because the key thing is right now we're not producing anything, right? So it's probably fine for the football field. It's not so fine for the food. The food needs to come somewhere. So in the future, of course, we're gonna want to produce all of those things, but you can also import them, at least in this difficulty setting. I can say, let's say 50%. Let's go. Okay, now we don't have enough space, I think, for more. Because yeah, the warehouse is almost full already. Okay, now it's full. But they say 50% of everything. That more than 50%? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Did we win or not? We will want, of course, in the future also probably some storages. Okay. And we need to do the same for the pub. Alright, let's go. Done. And done. The cinema doesn't require anything for now. Thank you, Camarade, for your attention. I hope you learn how to build your city. Now we can obviously move to the next stage, which could be basic of agriculture, emergency, Soviet university, or coal mining. I think we're gonna go with basic of agriculture, to make sure we have some food. But we'll do that in the next episode. I know this was a bit short, but as I said, this is a series to make sure that nobody gets left behind. If you were scared by this game, which is definitely a complex one, but also a super interesting one, hopefully this series will help you. In the first one, we built, obviously the basic of the city with a couple of houses and the basic services. We're providing some food and clothes over here in the shopping center. We're providing some alcohol for happiness in the pub. We have the sport here and we have the cinema. We did create a lot more pedestrian paths than needed, this is completely overkill. But as you can see, we can definitely observe all of our people going around and enjoying this, right? They are enjoying all of these because they can walk there. So that's great. That's great. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below, if you have any thoughts, any requests for the future episodes, and I hope to see you next time.